Noon. We are live. It is Super Dave along with Coach Kurt.
Yeah.
We're looking for Surge the Sports Star. And we have Todd the Magnificent in the
In the
building.
building, once again, ready to go.
In the background, got the house manager D Gores ready to slap us up if we make a mistake.
I got it.
All right, play it again, sir. Let's go.
There he go.
There goes Surge the Sports Star.
What's Silk?
It's 4:30. Silk ain't here yet. Gonna miss it.
The first stop to the next stop. Covering all your sports info. You step in and stand clear.
Let's go. Don't stop.
You got Super Dave, Coach Kirk,
Sir.
and Todd the Magnificent.
Sir.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio.
Yeah.
The world of hip hop and sports live.
All right. Coach Kurt. All right, so we're going to do it again, y'all. We are live. Today is February 12th, day after Super Bowl 58. Again, it's Super Dave, Coach Kurt, Surge the Sports Star,
What up?
and Todd the Magnificent.
What's going on? What's going on out there, people?
All right, so check it out. Let's do this right quick. We're going to start talking. We're going to go straight into it. Everybody going to give their perspective on the Super Bowl. And we're going to start off with the Magnificent. Then we'll work our way around.
That's what we doing.
That's what we're doing.
It was a great second half. That game was good after halftime.
Give your perspective from
Uh,
whenever you got on good. And you can give your bads. Well, give it what you got.
it's funny because the overtime rule. I got a perspective this morning. Didn't know about the overtime in the Super Bowl. How even if you score a touchdown, the other team still get a chance. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So
they changed it.
yeah,
after
they changed
Kansas City and Buffalo.
Right. But knowing that now, it makes me wonder why did the coach didn't defer and kick it off, let them get the ball first? Because this way, you get instead of having 3 downs, you get 4 downs. If you get the ball second after whatever they score,
Right, whatever they score.
Because now you know if you got to go on 4th down, you're going. Where if you get the ball first,
Right.
more than likely you're gonna go 3 downs. That 4th down, you either gonna punt or you're gonna kick a field goal like you did instead of going for the touch, instead of keep going. So the crazy part about that is, I don't know if y'all seen it this morning on the news, you had players on San Francisco that said they didn't know about the rule.
Yeah, but the crazy part is that they
So-
say guys in Kansas City didn't know either.
Yeah, so how
But
you
the ref said the rules. He
They,
said
they don't be listening.
but yeah, it's like my thing is how you playing a game
right.
and you don't know the rules of the game.
Oh, there's a lot of guys that don't know basketball.
Yeah, but that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when it
You
comes
got
to
no offensive foul, coach?
and important like that, where you don't even know the rules of the game. And even if you don't know,
Right.
why would you get on TV and say you don't know?
I wouldn't say
Keep that to yourself.
exactly.
You
yeah.
making yourself
Right.
look foolish, and your coach look
Exactly.
foolish too.
You a
That y'all out
professional.
there, right?
Right.
Y'all don't know. They went on national TV and said it.
That is.
I
crazy.
wouldn't have said nothing,
Nah.
but it was a good game. I definitely enjoyed the game. Definitely enjoyed the game. Of course, you know why I enjoyed it. I'm waiting for him to call. He can call anytime. What you waiting for? First ring we pick up. What you waiting for?
Well, first and foremost, could you give the brother a shout out and express, at least his team
Would you-
made it.
Would you
And,
want me to give him my condolences?
Exactly. Why not? Why not?
Oh, man.
We all professionals here.
Nah, he know it's all good.
The victor
I'm
goes
just
to
waiting. I'm
spoil.
just waiting to hear from him. He know it's all good.
It's all green therapy.
You
in
know what
here.
I'm saying? Yeah, it's all good.
And he's not showing
No.
up this week, but next week we anticipate him showing up.
He said he gonna show up in the house.
Next week.
Next week?
I think he went away this week.
Yeah, he went
so
away.
Next
He went
week
away.
he should come
Uncle-
here sporting the Chiefs outfit.
Yeah, I'll give him time to recover. He gonna need about a
You
week.
don't need the whole outfit, just at least a hat or a shirt,
Right.
something.
So,
Something to acknowledge the team that beat his team.
And
So
some
why-
run, and some rum punch.
so while you at it, give your perspective, sir.
My perspective is As soon as San Francisco kicked the field goal, I turned to Wanda and I said, they just lost the game. Because I knew that Mahomes was going to do the Magic Man thing on him.
Mm.
I just knew it. Yeah, everybody knew it because he no matter what situation like that, he don't fail. He finds a way to make a play every single time. I'm with Todd. The first half wasn't all that great. Second half was a little better. The overtime was the thing that made it exciting because they did go to overtime.
Right.
But I wasn't all that impressed with either one of them in the first half. And Todd was saying it was defense. I don't consider fumbles defensive plays because honestly and truthfully, if you're a running back or a wide receiver, you're taught to keep both hands on the ball. And both times, neither one of them guys did that, which is why fumbles was caused. And I get it, the defensive guy caused a fumble, but it should have been a different game as far as I'm concerned with the scoring. But those two fumbles in the first half was egregious as far as I was concerned, especially the Kansas City one. That was ridiculous. That reminded me of the game they played against, who was it, the Buffalo Bills or the Ravens, where the guy fumbled the ball right
at the goal line.
At the goal line,
Yeah, the
right.
Raven.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
You going
Why
in
does
and
this keep
score.
happening?
Yeah.
Exactly. You in the red zone. Why are you not holding the ball?
You know these
And
guys.
Kelsey got mad because he ran to the coach because he said that he should have been in there because
Yeah, he wasn't on the
whiffed.
wasn't on the he
Right,
wasn't
on the field.
he wouldn't have whiffed on the block that
Right.
the other tight end whiffed on.
Yeah.
So he was kind of saying that the other guy messed up and he wouldn't have messed up, but there ain't no truth to that. We don't know that.
So, like, when he screamed on the coach,
No, when he bumped the coach.
he scolded him. Like,
Yeah.
I belong in there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he was a little over enthusiastic with that, but yeah, that those plays bothered me. And then it was funny because the fumble that the kid had on the punt return.
Right,
When I
yeah.
first saw it, I turned to one. I said, "Damn, that was a stupid play." But then
I didn't know.
it hit the guy's foot, so he had no choice but to try
But
to
try to
it
pick it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he could have tried to just lay on
Get
it.
out the way. Right.
you know, we usually don't take calls this early, but
It's green.
you know that. Here we go.
My brother, my brother.
I like to hear
My
that
brother,
laugh.
my brother.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have.
Correct. All
It's
right,
funny.
So
It's-
let us stop you for a second.
Okay.
If your team would have punched the ball in as the sports
No,
It's not over.
They changed the rule.
Yeah. They get a chance to get the ball.
Kansas City would have got the ball and they would have had a chance to tie it.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the thing about that was so funny, and I think everybody sitting here watching the game seen it, that soon as they got the opportunity, they didn't score the touchdown. It's funny because you knew when Kansas City got the ball back, you knew they would. I think everybody knew that he was going to go down the field and get that touchdown. It's like, you know. No. Yeah. Right. Right. Well, that defensive back on Kansas City played a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't until the overtime.
Well, he
that
he got blitz more than anybody in Super Bowl history. They said he was under pressure over 40% of the time when he was in the
it didn't seem like it to me.
I mean, they had
there was a lot of hurry throws.
Yeah.
They might not have knocked him down, but he threw a lot of throws. He had to hurry because he felt
He
pressure.
definitely
coming.
had to hurry. The one that Jones did at the goal
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
But he missed that. That's when they missed in the overtime. They had to kick the field goal because that pressure coming out the middle. That guy and what you call him was wide open in the end zone too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have enough time to throw it.
No.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't get to him, but they pressured him enough to make him throw throws that he normally wouldn't throw.
With who? Oh, Station.
What I couldn't understand yesterday, Green, was why they didn't use Kittle.
Yeah,
They
he was
didn't-
like Melvin
Go.
Boyd.
They didn't at all. Yeah.
Kittle is just as good as Travis Kelce.
He's a better blocker.
Was he out the previous games before?
No.
No, they just didn't go to him yesterday.
I didn't
He had
understand.
a great day.
that.
The game before that.
He had two targets the whole game.
Ayuk and
Samuel,
And
but
Jennings?
still, yeah, the kid Jennings got
Jennings,
a couple,
he played
but
the game.
still,
Jennings played a
He
good
would have
game.
been MVP if they'd have won.
should have been part of that defense.
He would have played. He would have got MVP if they had won. He would have got MVP. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel? How do you feel about him not deferring in the overtime when he got the kickoff? That he took it first instead of giving it to them first. Being that if you score, even if you score a touchdown, you still get the ball. The other team get a chance. You think that was a wise move that he took the ball first?
Exactly. That was the point I was going to make. Green. Defense. You would have. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
Yeah. He called the defensive coach.
so you're well-oiled machine, and they still picked them to go actually back to Super Bowl 59 as one of the favorite teams to go back.
Yeah.
So How much is really broken with your team that need to be fixed?
But you got the guy 15. He's tall. The guy 15.
Jennings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You- he's a good option. He, he is gonna have some money. He is gonna have some more money. This is the time for him to get paid.
Yeah.
So here goes the thing.
But you got to wonder too. Unfortunately, your linebacker got hurt running off the
That's what hurt.
sideline.
That
Getting
hurt.
on, coming on
Corbin,
the field.
yeah, trying to get on
Yeah,
the
that
field.
hurt.
Yeah, Greenlaw got hurt. He ruptures his Achilles tendon, I believe.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That
You know what I'm
was
saying?
crazy.
That's the freakiest thing ever.
Yeah,
right.
that was
You know what I mean? And that hurted them. You know?
Yeah, that hurt big time.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Exactly. I didn't think he was coming back.
I saw him
Yeah.
going up, right?
I
I was
didn't
like,
think he was coming back.
He didn't look like he was.
Yo, don't tell us you put your knee through the TV. You know, so just
Yeah, I
help
thought
us
so.
out. You took your defeat in stride. You didn't destroy your TV while you need it.
He can't destroy other people's property.
There you go.
At your house, Dave, so he could break your TV.
Man, my TV out in the back. You feel free to break all wind outside. Listen. Anyway, we are expecting you up here next week. Is that correct?
Yeah,
There
no,
you
he
go.
won't be here.
Yeah, sound like you're gonna be 2 weeks,
It's
2 weeks away.
Yeah.
We highly anticipate
That
seeing you
again.
on the 26th.
Say that again. I didn't hear you. You made me go that route. I didn't even want to go for them, but you made me go that route. I was going to go for you guys, but you know, you made me go that route.
Yo, Green. He don't want hats off. He wants rum punch.
There you go.
Yo,
No,
I know a guy that might happen to have some of that stuff.
no
We got-
doubt.
You got red cups for everybody. So.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you,
Spread
my
the
brother.
word wherever you are. Tell a friend, tell a foe.
There you go.
Tune in 4:30, 6:30. Uh-oh.
There you go.
Walmart
go.
greeter, no doubt. know that.
All
right,
right,
my brother, be
Yeah,
safe.
Be safe. out
Enjoy
there.
yourself out there, man.
Cheer up, Buckaroo, on the L.
All right.
All right, so we had to take that call.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, Coach Kirk, give us your perspective.
Yeah, I almost forgot it was me.
Yeah.
I thought the first half of the game was a little boring. Second half, Todd, you said picked it up. I thought the overtime was exciting. I didn't really think about that, what he said about the defense being on the field.
I didn't either.
I didn't really think about that.
I didn't either.
So, you know,
So I might could give him a pass for that.
right, he was up on that. So
Yeah, I didn't even think about
really
that.
think about that. But I thought the reason why they got back in the game is because I thought Mahomes ran more in the second half and the overtime. Because the first half he had opportunity. He's sitting there.
He was getting sacked.
Right. He's trying to make plays holding the ball, which the same thing Lamar Jackson did.
Yeah.
He had opportunities to run, didn't run. He's trying to make a play with the pass when you could have just ran.
Yeah, I agree.
And he kept holding on to the ball, holding the ball. But in the second half and the overtime, he ran more. And I think that helped him out.
It did.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they one play they did, the whole right side was wide open. I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, oh shoot, I could have ran through that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it was wide open.
And I think if that guy Greenlaw was in the game, he wouldn't have been able to run.
Probably
through the middle
not.
Like that.
He probably
I
would
don't
have been the
think-
watcher
yeah.
watching him.
Yeah,
It wouldn't
I don't
have,
think
you know.
he would have been able to do that.
Yeah, but it, you know,
That's
I think that definitely helped him.
Mhm.
You know, I think these guys get too smart for their own good. I got to make the pass. And if you're able to run, you got legs. You can make a play.
Make the play.
You
He
could do the
definitely
same
did.
thing as a 7-8 yard pass or a 10-yard pass. You know, you just
Yeah.
want to move
You
the
wanna get that first down.
yeah, you got to
Yeah.
move the sticks. That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
But that was it. That's how I felt about it. You know,
All right.
It was a good game though.
So
Yeah.
the victor goes to spoil. So is Mahomes the GOAT
right
No.
now,
by any sense of
right
word?
now.
Yes.
There's no GOAT right now.
Well, you don't
The
think.
GOAT right now is Tom Brady. Right now.
Well, I mean, if you go overall, yeah. But
Why? So he passes Joe Montana.
no.
Okay, so he's not the GOAT.
Okay.
He's the best quarterback in the NFL
Well, it's-
right now.
it's
Well,
opinion.
that's what I meant to say.
He's
It's
the
an
be-
opinion. 3 out of 4 championships.
Joe Montana's got 4 Super Bowls.
Correct.
He only got 3.
He's on the come up.
All right, and you know who
And
got
so,
7.
so nobody
So he's
nobody
not.
won. Who won last
Three in
Chevy
a row.
Bradshaw
Nobody's
got
won
4.
3 in a row.
Who won last time somebody won? back
Yeah,
to
but
back?
if you,
Well, I
honestly,
mean, the Patriots.
the only one that out of those 4 that you would pick over Mahomes might be Brady. Joe Montana, as much as I love Joe Montana, I wouldn't pick him over Mahomes to be my quarterback if I needed a quarterback to quarterback a game right now. Even as good as Joe was, he didn't have what this guy has. This guy is an artist.
Mhm.
He's like Michael Jordan right now, honestly. I would have said LeBron, but I didn't want to get Coach mad. So I'm gonna go with Michael Jordan.
I'm glad you didn't.
Keep it- keep
well,
him-
listen, Spare's feelings like so just like Todd, that was his opinion. I'm quite sure other people might think
Yeah.
that this guy.
Everybody
is the
got their opinion. Yeah.
GOAT. right. So
Everybody got their
and,
opinion.
and
He can't beat a GOAT until he gets a 7. I mean,
Surpass
honestly, yeah, he got to
Brady?
surpass Brady. If you don't surpass Brady, then there's no way you're gonna be the GOAT. You gotta have a 7. And a lot of it depends on the team around him.
correct.
And if the coach stays, because the coach is starting to get a little antsy, I think. I don't know
Yeah.
how much longer he's
I think
gonna
if
be
they would have
around.
lost this, I thought he was going to leave even if he won it. He
Yeah.
said he's coming back.
Yeah, he's
I
gonna
thought
come.
he
They
would
all
ride
coming
out.
back now because
Well, they
want
want to
that
do the
third
3-peat.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was
So I
going
get
to
it.
leave after Kelsey screamed on him.
Yeah.
I'm out
You
of
saw
here.
he was clean shaven. The hair was shaved. The
I
mustache
definitely-
was shaved.
I definitely he's you know, that's a great analogy, and everybody's saying that comparing him to Michael Jordan of football. It's without a doubt.
Mm.
Because I sat there yesterday, and it's good. I mean, forget about the bet, the run pie. I don't really care. I didn't want Green calling running that mouth though, but you know when he got the ball after they kicked that field goal, I can sit there and say, yo, this guy's gonna go down this field
He gonna find a way.
and they're gonna score and win.
He gonna
I
find a
said
way.
it's incredible, and you just sit and
Mm.
watch, and this is what he does.
So
It's-
To me, even if they don't score the touchdown, you know they're getting a field goal, and then
Right.
they're going to find a way to stop San Francisco, and they're going to win anyway.
Right.
So it was inevitable.
I didn't know that time could have ran out in that clock, and they would have started another quarter with them with the ball. They
Right.
still got to end their possession.
Right.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't see how that clock was running down, and the people were saying call timeout.
Right, right.
And you didn't hear Romans. They don't have to call time. The clock could have ended, and
the-
you start another quarter,
Right.
and they got to end that possession. I don't like that part of it.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, and I don't like that part of it. To me,
Yeah.
you got to finish in that quarter.
Right, yeah.
Right.
To me, but
Right.
no, another quarter would have started.
Just
they got
automatically started?
because they got to end their possession.
Right.
Okay, I see what
Like
you're saying.
You
4 and
understand?
out.
You can't
Yeah,
end
they
it
got the
without
ball
the downs being
Done right. They can.
You
So
gotta
even though the
you
time
gotta
runs
get all
out,
your downs.
they'll put another whatever minutes.
yeah,
it
they'll
could be
put
15
another 15
until
minutes.
Really?
their downs are completed.
I didn't know
That,
Yeah.
that's crazy because I bet you half of America is like,
Didn't know that.
what are they doing?
Yeah, because I did it. I was like, why they not
would've
calling
been saying that.
timeout?
I
They
would've
let
been
the clock.
screaming, yo, what the hell
Yeah.
they doing? Yeah.
Didn't know that too.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
That's a new one to me.
I feel like you gotta end it in that time.
Yeah, me too.
But that's
Alright,
why
so-
that's why he was so calm because
Yeah.
he knew.
So
I
let's-
guess so.
knew.
Yeah.
Let's just get some more clarity on that now. The 49ers received the ball.
Right.
So, but if the defense would have recovered the ball and scored on the interception, game over.
That would have
Game
been
over.
game over.
If they just recovered, they don't even have to score.
Yes, they do.
Well,
But
you mean the very first drive?
right.
Right.
Yeah.
After they
it-
scored
it-
the field goal,
No.
No,
No.
before
No.
they scored the field. He's
No.
talking about if Kansas City had got a fumble or interception, ran it in, yeah,
Right.
game would have
Game
been
over.
over.
Yeah.
The game,
Game over.
the game
Oh,
could
yeah.
end on a defensive
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
defensive touchdown.
yeah. Because you had your possession,
Right.
and you turned it over, and they intercepted running in.
And,
or whatever.
and the
Game
same
over.
thing if Kansas City had made a fumble or
And,
interception,
and if San Francisco
San
would have
Francisco
recovered,
would've
game
got
over.
it, and it could have been
That
game.
would've
Right.
been it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, those are the nuance and important things that people should know when we like uncharted territory when they change the rules of the game. Which was
But how you as a player don't know that, and you go on national TV and say you don't know? That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? They guys is looking. They up there go. I didn't even know that. That's how it went. I thought, you know,
They
I'm like,
thought they scored, they win.
they win. How do you don't know the rules?
Yeah, they should know at least that the other team.
Well,
gonna
I've
get
been
a possession.
I've been to a couple. I'm to my basketball. I'm gonna switch it up. That I was pressing. I was coaching whatever level it was. You know, they had separate rules for this younger group, and I'm pressing, and the referee keeps telling me, "You can't press. You can't press." I said, "Yes, I can." I said, "This, this and that. You can't press." So the other coach said something to them, to the ref. So they told me I couldn't press. So I'm saying, wait a minute. So now I'm coaching the game, but I'm going through my book because I know I got the rules in there and I'm looking at it. So I did the press in the second half and I'm blowing up the lead and whatnot, So the referee said, "Yeah, I told you couldn't ref." So I'm sitting there, I pulled the rules out. I says, with this age group, 15 points or less, I can press. So
yeah, I know it's a certain amount of points.
right.
if you
So I'm
over-
showing
you
it to him. He's sitting there like, "Oh, that's not the." I'm showing you the rules. What do you mean? Yeah, this ain't the rules and whatnot, man. I'm 14 points. I can press.
Right.
If it go over 15, okay, I'll take it off. But it's
Right.
14 points. I can press. He's arguing back and forth with me and all kinds of stuff.
and you showing them the rules.
And I'm showing him the rules.
Wow.
That tournament gave me.
Right. I hear you.
So yeah.
So were you right?
Yes, I was right.
But that's not for nothing. That's a different level altogether. So
Mhm.
you got these guys are professionals. Part of their job is to know the rule book.
Isn't a referee considered a profession?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even
Yeah.
on the level you was at, I'm sure that guy's not going to be coaching the
No,
ref in NBA games.
You're probably right.
You know what I'm
But you're
saying?
probably right.
He might be a good
Yeah.
ref, but he's not that good.
Yeah.
Evident, I don't want to say he's not that good. Let me stop saying that. But I'm just saying
You can
it's
say
different.
it.
What,
It's
he
different
wouldn't be
level.
coaching. He
Right.
wouldn't be
'Cause I'm
repping those
showing
He
games.
might not be
Right.
refing the NBA finals.
Right. Well, I'm
That's what
showing
I'm
him the
saying.
rules, and he's telling me no, it ain't.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but that's crazy.
That
That,
is
that
crazy.
part is crazy.
That's funny. So how would y'all say overall the officiating was in the game? Was it good? Was it horrible?
Y'all go ahead.
Anybody?
The first half, there was too many yellow flags as far as I'm
There was a
concerned.
lot of flags.
In a football game like that, you got to give these guys a little leeway hold on to the flag a little bit. Second half, you didn't see that many
You didn't
flags.
see that many.
No.
And the game flowed better.
Right.
Yeah.
But when
it
they
does.
start throwing the flag, that take the flow right
It
out of
does,
the game.
yeah,
Every
does.
time you turn around, because who was it? San Francisco. They was driving, and then the next thing you know, they had a penalty for holding, and then the
Right.
next play is a false start. So now you're a 2nd and 27
Right.
instead of 2nd and 10 or whatever
Right.
it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Did you really need to call? I mean, I get it. It's part of the game. You're supposed to call. But it's funny how the first half there was a bunch of laundry. The second half you hardly saw
None.
any flags.
Right. And you're
Right.
gonna sit
Did
there.
the game change that much?
No,
Did
it
it really
didn't.
change that much?
Because you can basically call some holding almost.
Or did somebody make a
almost
phone
every
call and say,
call.
"Look, we're losing viewers. You better get off the flag." I'm just wondering.
I agree with
I
you.
don't think that was the deal, but maybe both teams was a little nervous energy in the first half.
It seemed
And
like
they-
it seemed
they
like
seem
they
like
both
they-
was trying to. Well,
Feel each other out, right?
they was filling each other out, and they did well. If you don't have the 2 fumbles, that's you at least have 2 touchdowns right there.
That's what I figure.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So who knows what would have happened?
Right after
Yeah.
that.
Like if 49ers would have scored first,
Right.
and then they give the ball. Kansas City got the ball. They came down. They would have scored. So now you okay?
Mhm.
You don't know this game
Right.
look like it's gonna be an open up game.
49-48.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, but once after the fumbles, and then they getting tight, and then the sacks and flags,
Right. It
and
was like
nobody moving the ball
guys were
punts.
scared to make mistakes. after
Yeah,
that.
you know, it's like, come on, man. You know,
What surprised me? Now, because I thought San Francisco was moving the ball. What
They
surprised me?
was.
Right. They moved the ball to me much better.
easy.
To me,
Tennessee.
McCaffrey was they couldn't do nothing with him. To me, I
It
looked
seemed
at
like they didn't give him a ball enough for the second
enough.
half.
I thought he should
In
have
the
gotten the
second
ball.
half, he should have got it more. I think.
Maybe out the backfield throwing
Right.
it to him, let him
Yeah.
go. But anyway, did you notice the halftime stats for the quarterback? They was exactly the same.
Were they?
Yeah.
100. Remember, we
You
looked
pointed
at
that out.
130 something yards.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Wow, I didn't
And I'm
know
sitting
that.
there like, oh shoot,
Where did
you
it
know.
see? Wow.
I was bugging out off it. I was like, look at this. It was
Mm.
crazy. But and you would have thought, because I thought Purdy played better at the first
I
half
thought so. The first half.
than the
Yeah.
second. But you know, you
I
never
thought
know,
so.
man.
So
What do you feel about that?
um,
As far as Purdy, I don't think he cost up the game.
No, I don't think he cost him the game.
You know what I'm saying? Because
no,
they was
played,
like
he played good.
he played pretty
He
decent
played
to me.
decent. He played
He
decent.
played pretty decent to
Yeah.
me.
Well,
I mean,
do you
they
think
didn't.
the coach caused them the game, or it was just
I think 2 things. Now that I know what I know, I didn't know about the possession thing in the
Right.
overtime. I think I understand the defensive side. I know why he didn't do it.
Right,
You know what I mean? But he never even mentioned that. He said it was they discussed it,
right.
the analytics or whatever. They discussed it, and he decided to take the ball. He never said about the defense.
Right.
Now, if he'd have said that, I probably would have understood
Mm.
that more. And I think in the second half, I think to me, like I said, McCaffrey should have got the ball more.
so. I
They should have
think
tried to get. You got to put the ball in your playmakers'
In your
hands
playmaker.
because especially once what's the name got hurt.
Debo got
Debo got hurt. He wasn't 100%.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ayuk, he wasn't in the game that much.
Mm.
You only Jennings and you got McCaffrey. You're
Right.
Roger. You ain't using the tight end.
Right.
No,
They
like-
didn't
Like,
fiddle with it
it's
all.
like he wasn't even like, so that's coaching. You got to make sure your playmakers get the ball. And he didn't make opportunities for the tight end. How you don't make opportunities for him as good as he is? And he
I
run
mean-
jokers over. I don't get it.
I got that. As tight as the game was, so like it was a seesaw type of battle to a degree that it's hard to blame somebody at the end of the day. But looking at the guy's track record, he's 0-4 getting to the Super Bowl.
Right.
No,
0-4 against Kansas City.
no, 0-4. Lose 0-3 losing the
0-3.
Super Bowl. And they had the lead every
And
time.
they have the lead every time
every
they
single
lose.
So-
time.
So is it something that he can't do to get it done, or what do you think it is? What is your perspective? on it?
Okay, with the other teams, like this team probably was the best team that he had because the other ones he was the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
This particular team, he's the head coach. This team was the best team. Now the other ones, even with the big lead, didn't nobody think what was it? Atlanta? He was with offensive coordinator for Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah,
really nobody think that they was beating New England.
No,
But-
not
but-
before the game.
Right.
But
they had
during
a
the
30
game-
game. Right,
It
but
was
they had
crazy.
stopped running the ball. They
Right,
were
that
running
was
the
the
ball.
problem.
Right.
You got a 4-touchdown lead almost.
Right,
Why you don't run the ball? Why are you passing that ball
I
like
don't
that?
understand that
And,
either.
and then run that clock down
right.
when you got a
I
lead
didn't
like
get
that.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I-
Part.
I
They
don't
started
tell you.
throwing the ball, which
All
I
over
didn't
the-
get, and I'm like, why
And you
keep me-
got two good running backs on that team.
right?
Run that ball.
They couldn't stop it the first half.
No.
Why are you helping the other team
No.
out by throwing the ball?
Yep.
Noon to
And
get
the
the
clock
ball
and the
back,
clock
boom.
ain't stop, and they
and they
coming
going
down the field.
right,
Coming,
and just
that's right.
scoring. And then I was like, oh, boy. Now I forgot what the second.
But you know,
team
the second one was the game against Kansas City 4 years ago when they was up and they let Kansas City
Come
score
back and
21
win.
points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
who they played against them?
The Kansas City
Kansas City.
Chiefs.
That's
No,
when he
I
won
mean,
his
who-
first one. I think that's when he won.
Shanahan.
Oh, well, he was with Philly.
No, he was with San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. Okay,
Well,
okay.
he was the head coach.
Yeah, he was a head coach, and they lost the game because they
4 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
because they gave
Okay.
up 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They
That
lost.
was his first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think his first Super
Okay,
Bowl.
okay.
The other one, I mean,
Uh-huh.
I get he's the offensive coordinator, but I don't think that should be held against him because you got a head coach, and if you're the head coach and you see your team struggling, you got to pull him over and say, "Look, give the ball to the running
Right,
backs."
like change it. Yeah.
Right, you
'Cause
got
he can
you the head
override
coach.
everything. He can
No,
override
Exactly.
you see, that's interesting what you say. A lot of times, I don't know, because see, like I would do that as a head coach. I
Right.
don't care because you're the defensive coach or the offensive coach, whatever you are.
Right.
If I see something come, yo, we got to change that.
That's true too.
But it seems like a lot of those guys let their guys
they
coach
do.
their game,
Right.
and they don't interfere.
Well, I think they all
know.
sit down. But I agree with you. What you're saying, like the head coach can override everything. No,
He
I don't
should.
like the. Now, some coaches, like some coaches were defensive coordinators and they became a head coach. So obviously, defense is their thing. So you're going to put more trust in the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I think
calling
that's
the play.
that's what hurt Atlanta because Dan Quinn was the head coach
Mhm.
and he's
Right.
the defensive guy. So he
Right.
probably said, "Well, you know what? I don't really know the offensive side like that. Let Shanahan do what he do." But still,
You gotta still when
Sometimes
you
you
see
gotta-
something,
right,
you
you
see
gotta
that
say
you see
something.
that score
Yeah.
dwindling. Yo, I gotta come to you and say, yo,
Yep.
you got to do better.
Yep.
Run the ball, something.
Right.
If you watching the game,
Mhm.
do we got a plan B?
right?
Yeah.
Plan A is not working right now.
Right. That's separates the head coaches making adjustments at halftime and this and that. As we talk about that with every sport.
All right, good afternoon. Shout out to John Green on the check-in. Green, I believe your analysis was that the 49ers was going to lose, correct? So,
Hmm.
and if you'd like to, phone line is open. You could give us a call, 516-206-0711. Question I have for everybody here is, so like, you mentioned it a couple of times, like going into overtime. Like, what is your mindset? The onus is to get the ball first or to defer?
Well, with the old rules, because it was sudden death, you wanted that ball
You
first
wanted
because
the
you
ball first.
want to score first. You don't want the other team to get the ball. If you get the ball first and score, it was over.
Right.
But it's not like that no more. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? So even if you score a touchdown, the team still gets a shot at scoring. Get tied to get a chance to tie it up. So I think it'd be best to defer because you will get an extra down if you got a second. Just because if you got to go on fourth down, you're gonna go. Now,
Sir,
if you, that's what I'm just saying because now if you get the ball first, if you don't make your third down, more or less, you're either gonna punt or kick a field goal or whatever. You might not go for that on fourth down.
right.
But if you know you got to score and the team scored already, they had the ball. You could go for it on fourth. There's no question you got to go
You
for
got
it
to
on
go
fourth
for
down.
it. Right.
So I think that to me is better to go second. That's just me. The way the rules are.
Defer the ball. What about you,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah, more than likely you're gonna defer it most of the times. But like they was saying earlier, the defense had just gotten off the field. You don't know how tired they are. You're trying to give them a rest. You're hoping that you go in and you can score and that your defense is rested and that they can make a stop. Because for the most part, they did hold them down in check
Right.
for the most of the game.
Most of the game.
I mean, the one touchdown they scored was, the second one was because of the punt. You had a
Mhm.
short field.
Right.
So it wasn't the defense's fault. I never fault the defense when you give the ball up inside the
yeah.
red zone, because that's crazy. You practically giving them a touchdown,
Exactly.
especially with a guy like Mahomes.
Yep.
But I guess 99% of the time, guys would probably, like Todd said, they defer it because of the fact that they know that they know what the situation is.
Mhm.
And it's funny because college football, they got basically the same rule, but they start theirs from the 25-yard
25,
line.
right? Yeah.
But if
And-
you score, you know
Mhm.
that you got to at least match whatever
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
So that most times those coaches will defer it.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not going to take it.
Mhm.
But I mean, I guess it depends on the situation. It depends on how long your defense has been on the field. If they rested, if they not rested, how you feel about them being able to stop the other team. I mean, like everybody here, once they kicked the field goal, I knew the game was over because I said, "There's no way they're going to stop them." He just
It's incredible.
right. It depends too on who you can't do that to Patrick Mahomes.
No,
I don't
leaving
care.
too much time. Right.
Right. I don't
So-
care who it is. You defer and let him go
Right.
and see what he do, and then you try to match what he do. Don't let him overdo you,
Nah.
which is what he does almost every time. It's uncanny how many times this guy has done things to people that other quarterbacks
Nobody
don't still
can.
seem to be able to touch that.
Right. That's true.
You know, now, not to get it twisted or run off radar, but like that's what I saw in regular season Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay at times. Like if he was in the shootout with somebody and he got time, he like, yo, here I come.
Mhm.
I'm coming back.
Oh yeah, if he got
But
that ball
now-
with a
now-
minute and change left,
Now I'm not quite sure.
If he
I'm
still
not
got it.
trying to
But
run
no,
off
but
on a
even
tangent.
at Green Bay, he felt that way, but he didn't always get it done.
Right, but
It seems like Mahomes
always,
always gets it done.
right.
Mm.
That's good.
That's the
It'd
difference.
be surprised if he don't do it.
Right.
Like
You'd
you
be
know,
shocked.
you sitting
Right.
there like, okay, watch this, watch what he do. He coming down, he gonna, and if it don't work, if he don't score, you'll be like, oh my god, he didn't score.
Well, people
They
were
help-
saying
but
people
you
were
know-
saying that during the season.
But you know
'Cause
what the
remember they didn't have
difference
a
is,
great
No.
regular season.
The difference too is Aaron Rodgers will make a mistake. He will throw a ball that he
He'll
ain't
try-
got no business
right,
throwing
he'll try to
because
get it in there.
he knows he could throw it.
Right.
Yeah,
But it don't always work.
Right.
Where
Right.
Mahomes, he can make that same throw, but
Right.
he'll say, nah, not this time
Right.
because I might not make it. I'll say that one for the next
Right.
one.
Well,
Aaron doesn't have that. He has that
Well, 'cause he don't
gunslinger
run like that,
mentality.
'cause he
right.
Exactly.
Okay.
he's not running like him.
No, he's
Like
not running
Mahomes.
like
He's
that.
not running like
but
that.
Yeah.
and Mahomes
And that
could
plays a
throw
big role.
across his body,
Oh yes.
either hand.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's
He does everything he does everything you teach somebody don't do.
Don't
Right.
do.
He'll
right.
do it.
Yeah.
Right.
He can do it.
He can get away
But
with it.
you don't want nobody else doing that. You know what I'm saying? But he
Let me
gets
ask
away
you a
with it.
question. The play, I think it was the first half where he was running to the left and he threw the ball and they called
Yeah.
they said
Ground
they
to
had
the ground.
ground
That
into
was-
the ground.
That was a bad call.
I thought it was too.
The guy was right there.
Right.
And he was outside the
Right.
pocket.
That's right. That's
He
what
was
we,
outside
we
the
all,
tackle.
we all was
He
saying
was outside
that.
the time, and it was a guy not too far.
Right.
Even the referee, when they asked the referee in the booth with them,
Right.
he even said it. He said that
I'm glad.
they shouldn't
I'm
have called
glad
that.
to know that we have the senior moments because I asked.
Because we all said the
I
same
asked
thing.
I was the officiator.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't a good call at all.
And the
'Cause I'm
referees
like,
got
what-
together too.
What's crazy, yes, and they got together, but what's crazy about it, because you could see him out the tackle box. He's
Right.
not, and you could see the receiver
You
there.
can see the receiver.
So he just shorted it. So how you call that?
I don't know.
And like you said, they huddled up and still got it wrong.
Right.
So that's the crazy part, when you huddle up and still get it wrong.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So
I don't know.
sometimes, how you can say, like, what's the word I want to use? Like, not more is less. Is that it's not?
Mhm.
You don't have to, like, you gotta throw every call, make every
Right.
like that. Ain't like Serge said earlier. Let some of that ride. It ain't gonna make a difference.
All
Let it
right.
ride.
Okay, caller. We know who we got on the line, but say who you are, Matt, and let it.
What's going on? What's going
No, excuse me, sir. No diss. And you know, we love Anthony Green, but he was a little too much with the 49ers, and we really didn't care, but we just went against him
Yeah, he
because
forced me. He
our
forced
team
me.
was gone and we had nothing better to do, and we need to build a sports show. So
There
that's
you
why.
go.
Kansas City by default.
Yeah, they were.
Mm.
They had, they had penalties that sort of knocked them back.
Killed them. Oh,
Just to say, all right. So, right. So again, if they march down the field, the opposing team still get a shot at it. Correct?
That changed.
no,
They
no,
changed it,
it's changed.
They changed the rule.
It's changed. Everybody gets a chance to get the ball, no matter what you do. Field goal or touchdown.
Unless it's a defensive touchdown.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you's among the number of guys, including the players that didn't know the rule. I mean, I think that's most people's mentality. I think I would have
This,
been on that thing too. Let's get the ball. Let me score first, and then
this,
knowing that the rules change, I'm depending on my defense to hold
well,
me there.
that's where I'm going. My thing is they scored, even though it was a field goal.
Right.
Defense, do your job.
Mhm.
Right.
Defense, do your job. You didn't do your job. We lost.
Right.
You got to do your job. For once. Yeah, that was real big. That was big.
Right.
That
It's, yeah, you can at least both teams get a chance to have the balls for sure. But my thing is they trying to roast this guy. And like I said, they did come down and score. So defense got to do your job.
Yep.
right.
And the defense didn't do their job.
Yo, I just like to say, I like your picture, brother. We don't have to say anything more. You don't have to say anything more. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right.
Well, like
Go say they're going nowhere, man.
They done.
Yeah,
It's over. They done.
I don't
Okay.
like the way Todd
They
turned
done.
them over the coals, but
I
I agree with him, but I don't and I hear what you're
Ain't
saying
nothing to
too,
watch
Matt.
out for over there.
But I mean, Todd, I think he turned them over before they were done, saying they done.
They, they are one punch away from Draymond getting kicked out. And Thompson's done, and they'll be finished. The white guy
Pazinski.
Oh.
plays.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's not.
You know,
They
That's
letting Kuminga play.
Kuminga's
Right.
playing.
Right. Yeah,
Waiting for him to
yeah,
play
they been
like
waiting
this.
for that.
They've been
But
waiting for that for 2 years.
I would also just my assessment is I think they're a little undersized.
Oh, they definitely undersized. They
They're not even in the play in.
Oh,
They
okay.
they like 11th.
They're 11. I think it's 10.
you know
They're 11.
It'll be
11 to 12.
interesting.
I still 11 or 12. Hold it, Matt. We're gonna check right now.
yeah. Let me see. They are
11th or 12th.
10th. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
they 10.
I heard it on the radio coming here. That's why I said
They
it.
25 and 25. They
Yeah.
10.
Oh, okay.
Right, one game in
Right.
front of
So
Utah.
they'll be in the
Utah.
play-in.
They would on the radio on the NBA.
Utah had the
radio, they were
hiccup.
talking about.
So I guess they would make the play in.
and they would play the
Interesting.
Lakers in the play-in because Lakers is 9. If it started to.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
yeah, he's supposed to be signing with them.
We'll
I
see.
mean, I think he's from LA.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know how great of a pickup it is because,
He's a good backup.
well, okay. Well,
No, he
like,
ain't.
He's a good, but they don't really have a backup point guard. And I think they said Lowry's supposed to be going signing with Philly.
Sixers.
Yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
He got traded.
He got traded.
And whoever he
Yeah,
got
he's
traded
mentioned.
to
To
cut
the
him.
Hornets.
Yeah, to the
Yeah.
Hornets.
They cut him because they don't
Hornets
need
cut
him.
him, yeah.
They don't need an old man.
No, they
they're a
don't.
young team. They
Right.
trying to play a young
Exactly.
boy game now. He
He's
gotta
a
play
good.
minutes
He's
for
a
them.
good playoff player.
Right.
Give him a couple of minutes in the playoffs. He'll do good for you.
So while we're stirring the pot on the NBA, is there anybody in the Western Conference, like say the top 4, that you would want to look out for? And that's first place the Timberwolves, then the Clippers and the Thunder are top as second and third, and the Nuggets are number 4. And yeah,
Yeah.
They've been balling all year.
They've been
Yeah.
balling.
Minnesota
They've been
plays the
balling all
Clippers.
year. No, I get it. You're not convinced yet. I get it.
You don't have the faith.
I don't either, but like you said,
Nah,
they're playing well.
To me, it's either the Clippers or the Nuggets.
Nuggets.
I don't see anybody else
No.
really.
No.
coming. I don't see Phoenix doing it because
No.
they too
Nah.
inconsistent. As much
They ain't got
talent
no
as they got,
defense.
They don't have a bench. either.
Pelicans.
The
They don't got no defense.
I don't. The Pelicans, I don't think they playoff ready either. They'll probably make us some noise.
They made
can
noise
shake-
last year.
But you know who could shock everybody is Dallas, because
They got
Washington and Gafford,
right.
that helped their defense a
They
lot.
will be better.
That's gonna help their defense, and they don't
Yeah.
need no help on offense because they
No.
already got Doncic and Kyrie,
Right.
and that backcourt is dangerous.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Dallas and Luka scored 39 with no effort at all.
Nope.
So
He
he's
never looked
out
like he make an
on the-
effort.
He's out in the beginning of the game, like they practice, and they out there center court, and he's just chucking it up like it's nothing.
I was thinking of Kirk last week. I was watching who the Pelicans played somebody.
The Lakers.
The Clippers.
Yeah, the Clippers. They beat the Clippers.
Right.
Yeah, they gave Zion the ball like 4 or 5 times in a row on the wing. And he just took that big guy like it was nothing. 4 times in a row. I was like,
And they ran through the Clippers.
Yeah, they ran through the Clippers that night.
Right.
And I mean, they gave this guy, it was like the same play
Mhm.
every time, 4 times in a row. And he just went and laid up the big kid 4 times. I was like, yo, this is ridiculous,
But
man.
didn't they play back to back? And the next night, the Lakers handled them.
They
because
did. The Lakers.
The previous night, Denver handled the Lakers, but then the
Right.
next night,
the Lakers handled them.
the Pelicans.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that Western Conference is
It's
gonna be a
different.
little.
What that game? I'm sorry.
Because I think what the difference will be in the playoffs is they're gonna key on Zion more than they do during the regular season,
Mhm.
and I actually believe that they'll throw Kawhi Leonard on him and make his job a little bit harder because he could take that big kid, but I don't know how easy he's gonna go around Kawhi.
Right. Well,
It'd be
I
interesting.
think-
That'd
It would be
an
interesting.
matchup.
but
I mean, that's
He's so light on his feet to be such a big guy.
Yeah, that's
he
for
is
sure.
so light on his
Yeah,
feet.
he got a lot of
man.
spring.
Yeah.
It seems like he's allergic to rebounding, though, man. I don't know
Yeah,
what
he can
else.
rebound more.
And some guys
Oh
are just
my
like
God.
so is Wimbayani.
He's allergic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now you
yeah.
go let-
Well, he stand on the wing all the time.
And so
shit.
it's his boy, so we're not even gonna go there.
Who's that?
Obi. That's
Oh,
why
my
he's not in New
goodness.
York because he was allergic to rebounds.
All right, Matt.
Jeff
He took-
said, just don't
He
do
took-
it.
he right- Wait,
Any-
go down the court and get
Anything
that
you want to
dunk
say
off.
in closing?
You know the minute that shot goes. Uh,
Thank you,
All right,
brother.
man.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you, my
man.
brother.
Yo, Matt, you
Yes,
All right.
sir.
enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you.
Before you go, what I noticed that game where the Pelicans beat the Clippers, they pressured Harden a lot.
Yeah.
And once they pressured him, he was having problems, because they, them guys are long and lean. I mean, it's like the whole Pelican team is long.
All of them.
That's another thing. If you do that, I don't understand why they don't use Russell Westbrook, because it's harder to press Russell.
It's
than it
harder
is
to press Russell,
Harden.
but the ball doesn't flow. See, Westbrook, it's different with him. It's different.
It
with
still
him.
flows, but it's not as fluid, maybe, but it still flows.
It flow. Well, Harden's a better passer. He's a better passer, and obviously he's a better shooter. With Harden, everything with him is off of his athleticism. He get value, and then it's almost no. If he's jumping in the air, he's throwing the pass. Because that's what he do. He's athletic. So he's athletic enough. I can jump the pass and still make it. But guys like that, once the athleticism goes or it dwindles down a little bit,
he's not as athletic as he used to be.
right? So therefore, you're going to have more turnovers and stuff like that because he's used to that, being able to get by somebody, go strong to the hoop, or make that pass. Where Harden's just gifted that way. He can make that pass or whatnot. I can score. I can do the dribble, like lure you asleep a little bit and then go past it. But with Zion, everybody know he's going left, but he's just so big and he's explosive. Can't nobody do nothing with him.
Amazing.
But they don't go to him a lot either.
No, they don't.
Right. They don't go to him a lot.
They
And
don't.
he don't put himself in position to get the ball because they use him as a point
They
guard.
would use them as a point. Yes, indeed.
Right. And I don't
Yes, they
understand that, man.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
Could we just pause for the cause for a second? Let me get this in. It is our first hour of First Stop to the Next Stop. It's Super Dave along with Coach Kurt, Serge the Sports Star,
Yes, sir.
and Todd the Magnificent. So we are in pre-discussion of next NFL season, and we kicking it with basketball. Phone lines is open, 516-206-0711. Give us a call. Tell us what you think about the Super Bowl. Give us your perspectives on NBA because we're going to be concentrating on that. It's also a weekend coming up. If you are tuning in on Facebook, please like, subscribe, and share. And also post who your name is because some of us we can't see. So you might need to check in on StreamYard, register, and use your name, sign in, let us know, or just shout out, yeah, this is such and such, and we got you. So we can shout you out. Like shout out to John Green and shout out to the rest of y'all. But still check in so we can know who you are. All right, let's go, fellas.
Isn't what you call them starting soon? Catches and pitches?
Yeah, I think
22nd,
Oh.
I think, or something.
next week. I think.
Yeah.
All right, so we had some interesting stuff to share. Or you Met fans
Can I
out
just
there.
say
Go
one thing
ahead.
real quick though? Going back to Matt's USL for the new XFL league, whatever they call it. I got one bold prediction. The MVP of that league this year is going to be Zach Wilson.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
He didn't do that.
That's the only place he could play.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
I thought you were saying Herschel Walker was gonna XFL. All right.
Wow.
So All-Star game is this weekend coming up.
Oh, when is the NFL? When is the draft?
April.
Okay.
So let's
So
share-
they do the thing this weekend though, right?
The
Indianapolis, the combines, right?
I
Start
think
this
it's
week.
sometime in March.
right. It definitely
I
wouldn't be
think
this
so.
week.
Yeah, I don't think it's this early.
Yeah.
It might be. I'll look.
So, Coach Kirk, you went to an outing with the Mets, and they had a Q&A. Could you
Yeah, I went.
share your experience with it?
I went to the that thing at City Fields, a Q&A with the GM, David Stearns, and
no relation to the
no,
former
John Stearns, no.
David Stern. No relation.
Commissioner of the
to the
NBA
former-
commissioner.
Right, NBA commissioner. His name was David Stern also.
No, spelled differently.
Okay,
Yeah, spelled differently.
so his with an N.
Yeah, David Stern is Stern. The other guy
Right.
got an A in it.
Correct.
So they, the guys came out. They served us. They had 2 buffet tables on opposite sides of that.
How nice.
You know what it was in that middle? You know where that remember? I think you wasn't there. It was real cold, and we went into that middle lounge. They got that lounge.
Oh, up on in the middle mezzanine.
Right.
Okay.
That's where it was. So anyway, we me and my nephew went, and they had questions and answers. Well, we didn't get to answer no questions. They had like already provided questions for him. Yeah, they had a girl sitting there with him and asking questions.
No hard questions, right?
Not really. Are you going to sign any more people? And he beat around the bush with that. He kind of tease you like, well, we still looking, but they ain't really say much. It's just stuff like, I think they pretty much gonna kind of stand pat. They think they're gonna be better than they were last year, and they was talking about the pitching staff, talking about trying to provide a bat behind Pete Alonso.
They need one.
And then there was also talked about re-signing Pete, but he tried to be coy about it, this and that. So it was okay. It was okay. You didn't really get a certified. Then they had a auction at the end. They gave away some stuff. Although I didn't see where I could sign up at, but that was that. It wasn't bad.
They said, I think it was last week, I see something on my social media about our owner for the Jets finally opened up his mouth. They was basically telling him like they tell Dolan, sell the team because you know nothing about this game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Woody Johnson?
Yeah.
Well, Woody,
he said like what comes on the hot seat.
The
This year,
coach?
the coach.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
Everybody know that.
Yeah, but my thing is, it ain't like you provide him with, you don't know this game. It's funny when you get these guys. A lot of these guys, these owners, like the sport thing is a hobby for them because they got so much money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let me buy a team, but I'll let you run it.
but
You know what I mean?
but
But
that's a good thing.
even the
isn't it?
GMs are on the hot seat too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's who should be on the hot
Yeah,
seat.
him too. They said him too.
It's funny because the guys who know the game, Jerry Jones, Michael Jordan, they
ain't winning either.
they ain't winning.
Well, who's going to Charlotte? Come on. I mean, think about it. Who's going to Charlotte? Dallas is a different story.
But Michael Jordan thought that him being the owner was going to be
Bring
enough to
people.
attract cats to come
Well,
in.
not even so much that. He had a lot of high draft choices and missed
Yeah,
and
he
drafted
missed.
the wrong people.
Right.
He
that's-
missed.
so
Yeah.
that's the thing.
He could have had a good
Because-
team if he
because-
knew how to draft.
With the NBA, you don't have to be in New York or in LA to be successful.
No, not
if
now.
you know what you're doing.
But then you got to hit on the draft. See,
Right, but that's
in
the whole
those cities
thing.
like that.
You can't pick Kwame Brown.
No, you can't.
Let's just get it there. Kwame Brown. And the whole thing for Michael
Yeah,
Jordan. From then on, it was all downhill.
Yes, it was. All his and he had good draft picks.
Yeah,
And-
he had the
Bust.
number 1 pick.
Yeah, a lot of
They
busts,
picked Kwame
man.
Brown. But anyway, going back to you, the combine is February 26th through March 4th.
Oh, this weekend. Next
No.
weekend. Next
2
weekend.
weeks from
Next
now.
weekend. Okay.
The impending date that Anthony Green's supposed to show up. All right, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody posted again. Please identify yourself. Okay, back again. What's up, y'all? I predicted my Knicks are going very far. When we get Mitchell Robinson, Hartenstein, OG Randall back, I think we're the best. We're the best. The Celtics, despite Tibbs.
I want to comment.
It shows more and more he needs to use his bench.
What Matt said. There's no more players to get. I don't think there's going to be another move.
So-
I think what they have, they could be competitive.
Right.
With what they get with the team that they got now, they can be competitive. Everybody.
Eric
But I didn't even
King.
think Whatchacon was coming, but I thought he was out
Oh,
for the year.
shout out
Mitchell
to Eric
Robinson.
Yeah,
King.
didn't they
Thank you.
first say he was out for the year?
First they said it. Now they saying
Now
there's
they
a
saying
chance
he
that
might come back.
Right.
Really?
They said the same thing about.
They set out for the
Because
season.
remember, he was out for the season
They
when he
did
got
say
hurt.
that.
I remember that.
Yes.
All right.
But if they come back with their whole team, the
Mhm.
way it's constructed now, they can make some noise. I think if you can put it together, they can do well.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think who else would you bring in?
I don't think you could bring nobody else
Yeah.
in unless you do the waiver thing, and
Right.
those cats is guys that people don't really.
Don't
Yeah.
really
They're
work.
not gonna make
So-
that
They-
big a
they're-
difference.
They're bad teams with these guys, and they don't really need them because they, like you said, they're going young.
Right.
So they
I
don't
think
want
they-
Yeah,
I
shout
think
out to Eric
did
King
well.
again.
Kings.
Right. Good to be the king
Yeah.
who posted his prediction with the Knicks going very far. Well, in spite of Tibbs, you know.
Maybe they win too. Maybe they go to the championship.
So,
They
and
could,
John Green
yeah.
said that
I like the moves they made. I'll be honest.
I do
John
too.
Green said Mitchell Robinson will be back April 4th when he starts working out next week.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So,
interesting.
April 4th is 10 days before the season's over. So right now, in their current state, they are the walking wounded.
What happened to Sims?
I think they said, yo, you starting, he got sick. Stage fright.
Really?
I don't know. He,
Because I didn't hear. I didn't
Started
see him.
before.
Yeah,
No,
but I didn't hear
I
him
know
get
that.
hurt.
Yeah.
listen,
I didn't. He was. I didn't see him get
we were
hurt
Me
looking
either.
for him against
when they had all
against
the three
Dallas.
center. Everybody was
Dallas,
out.
he didn't
Yeah.
show up. And Indiana he didn't show up. I was at both of them games.
Was he
and
on the bench?
No.
Oh, obviously.
Oh, he wasn't even on the
Wasn't even
bench.
on the bench.
Oh, I wonder if he had a family
They
situation.
said he was sick.
Oh yeah.
Maybe he got COVID.
Mm.
Who knows? You
It
never
is
I was
say.
because I was
There's a
watching
lot
the
of
game and they
guys-
said, "Oh, Dad, it's the first time
Every
all
time,
three
every
centers
time you
out."
look through the rosters, there's always a guy out with an illness.
Yeah,
It
that's
seems
true,
like
too.
there's a lot of that.
Yeah, and that's
running
what
around the
and that's what
NBA.
John Green said. He's sick allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh, wow.
Good
Like I
answer.
said, maybe the lights got a little too bright for him.
That's
He's
what
like,
I think.
damn,
He's
can-"
stage
when he
fright.
started before, there wasn't this kind of pressure on the Knicks like it is now because they starting to play well. So now it's
Well,
like more.
Yeah, but they got half the team is hurt. So,
Very-
you
I
know.
mean,
Yeah, but you
So-
would think that would be your time to shine. But
Right,
if you
Exactly.
you don't want
Look
to.
what homeboy doing. The other guards.
so again,
He's been playing well. The little
I don't
guy.
want to
Yeah.
be
He's been playing
nitpicky,
well.
but Saturday night we at the game, and you down by 20, and you still running them, and there was some guys, even though your bench was light, there was some guys you didn't even use at all.
Okay.
It's not okay because at the end of the day,
He gonna burn them by the time the playoffs start. They're gonna be burned out.
correct, but that's not really it. Brunson's coming back from a light injury because he
Right.
didn't play, and if you're not winning
Take him out.
in the last
Right,
couple of
take 'em out.
minutes, and you're down by 20,
Wait
Right.
a minute. If the guy wants to play, what is
You
the
gotta,
problem?
but you got to think about further
I
down the line. 'Cause
understand
when the
that
playoff,
part,
when these
yeah.
series start, these playoff series,
Right.
you know they are grind.
so
He gonna wear himself out
I understand. It's a
I'm
long
saying-
because he's
season.
been
I
carrying
get all
that
of
team the
Yes,
whole
he
year.
has.
I'm
But-
saying 2 minutes to go and you're down by 20. Not he want to play, even though he scored 40. Well, he want to play, but does he want to continue to play? Was he winning? It
Right.
was clear that the game was over.
Yeah, it was over.
I was watching.
But either way, you down 20 or up 20, you don't need to have them in the game at that time.
No,
Well,
So that's my knock on Tips.
I mean, it's very,
I think
it's
I've
very
been looking
rare
for
that
something
you
to
lose
say.
a game like that when you up that many points with little time to go.
Right.
Unless you,
I was watching the Boston game.
I've been accused of
And
being
what's
a
his name?
Thibodeau hater.
What's his name got hurt? Terry Rozier got hurt.
you don't hear nobody
Right.
talking about him no more.
And I meant to text the group, and I was saying, "Oh, that must have been Tibbs' fault." You know, because
Exactly.
because he
The
got
topic should
hurt.
have
He
been
got
that.
hurt driving to the basket, and he came down. He turned his ankle. I was gonna text it. I said, "Yo, that must have been Tibbs' fault for having him in the game."
Exactly.
Oh, come on, man. Yo,
Well,
you
see,
can't blame Tibbs for the other team getting.
Yeah, I
hurt now.
could.
why not? Y'all blame
Yeah.
him for the guys coming in the
blame him
game.
for everything else.
Everything
exactly.
else, so everybody
Well,
get hurt. Oh, that's Tibbs'
so-
fault.
So again, if he's in the game, like Tibbs in the game, he's on the court, and it don't look like there's no flexibility in what you doing. So it's the same way, like how we just talked about the coach for the 49ers and whatnot, and what he could have what he didn't do. This should be interesting.
Yeah.
Come on, King, talk to us.
Oh my God.
You don't got to be sorry. You ain't got to be sorry.
I'm listening. Come on.
Yep.
So you're telling me when Derrick Rose got hurt, that was Tibbs' fault?
Absolutely.
What? When Derrick Rose got hurt in Chicago, was that Tibbs' fault? Didn't he get hurt at the beginning of the season? When he got hurt, when he messed up his knee, that was toward the beginning of the season. Every coach has their players that they're favorites, and they're gonna play them. Yes, he played. Wait a minute. I'll let you have your say. When every coach, yes, he does plays players a lot of minutes. You know that when you come to the team. You know that when you play for him. I don't want to hear about past players that got something to say. You ain't playing no more. Shut up and commentate just about basketball, not particularly. You ain't playing no more. Okay, and but he had elbow problems, or what it was his elbow, or his hand. He had the problems in Toronto. So it got nothing to do with him playing with the Knicks. He had a problem with in Toronto. Okay. I'm listening. Go ahead, man. I'm a defender coach because I'm a coach. I'm a defender coach. The only time, no, that's true too. Don't get me wrong. If I think that you made mistakes and they were correctable, then I would jump on that. But don't sit there and say guys' injury is because them guys play many minutes. That's not no, because it can happen anytime. You can get hurt anytime you step on that. Look at the football game. The guy running on the field, he got hurt. Okay, so yeah. Hey, yeah, but you're blaming the coach.
I get what you're saying, King. Hold on 1 second. What I was referring to again was if the game is over 2-3 minutes left, and I don't know if you guys on the panel want to agree or disagree. It's just
He shouldn't be in the
it's just
game.
a
I don't think he should be in the
perception,
game.
and it doesn't really make us right or wrong. But coming off an injury and whatnot, and so I mean, and maybe I'm searching to just be a hater.
You're not searching because most NBA coaches, and I'm taking this to my gambling perspective again, when the games are blowouts, if you look at the entire game, most of the fourth quarter is going to be reserves in the game. It's not going to be your starters. Take those guys out.
Yeah, they do.
After the third quarter, for the most part. If you watching, and I'm watching every day because I'm looking for guys to score a certain amount of points.
Right.
And I know if the game is a blowout, that's not going to happen because Anthony Edwards is not going to be in a game that he's down 20 points or even if he's up 20 points. They just don't play them guys like that. Now, Tibbs doesn't do that. Tibbs is a guy.
Yeah.
Yep. No. But let me say this, though. You know what the funny thing about Tibbs is? He might have Jalen Brunson sitting on the bench at the start of the fourth quarter in a blowout, but with like 7 minutes left, he's going to bring him in. I don't get that. That's the part I don't get. Why are you bringing him in? The game is still a blowout. You don't need him.
They get his minutes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so we trying to fix that, but all right. So Eric, again, this is your team, and and I would have to backpedal if they are successful in advancing far. But to me, I just don't think with Thibodeau that they could only go but so far. I know.
Used to train with the Canadian team. Randall used to train with Melo. Quickly used to train with Damian Lillard in the off season. Other players train, so it's not like you could say he has a developing system. He needs already established players who can play good despite him, who can win. He's not a developing coach. That's why he doesn't want to keep anybody new that he has to develop. He doesn't have that skill set to develop.
I'll tell you after this.
Good.
What happens is you have other assistant coaches that set up certain things. Now it's up to the player whether he wants to work out with that assistant coach or he go do his own thing. He picks who he wants. Now they have assistant coaches because they got tons of assistant coaches. They call them player development. That's what they do. Right. They work on these guys' game, right? And you can either work out with him or you choose to go who you want to go with. That's what happens. Now, whether
I don't see that happening here because who's we didn't see no proof for that. That's what you're saying.
There's no proof. Every team has a player. Every team has a player development coach. Every team.
Development staff because nobody stays and develops with them.
Well, then tell me one player that the Knicks got rid of that tore the league up. Tell me one player
that tore the league up.
Huh?
Bernard King.
A lot of players left that went and won just with other teams.
Okay, but tell me the player that the Knicks let go or traded, player that tore the league up.
Two players that upped their game since they just left was Barry and Quickly.
Because they're getting major time. Ain't nobody on Toronto now. Come on now. There's nobody there. You got Scotty Barnes and those two guys. That's it.
A question of who was doing a thing. That still went up against the competition.
They wasn't doing that here.
With Scotty Barnes.
They wasn't doing that here. Barrett was not playing well here. And if you think Barrett's going to tear up the league, you're crazy. Barrett ain't tearing up no league.
First of all, Barrett is a little underrated. I put up stats I sent to Dave's phone of his company. He was one of the fastest, youngest Knicks to reach 5,000 points, and he was in the elite class with other stats that he put up with four other legendary NBA players, the stats he put up as a rookie, I went unnoticed, and he's doing it from a third scoring option.
So you
All the
you
people
telling me
he was
he's a
drafted
star
with-
to look out for? Is that what you telling me?
Yeah, he can be.
Oh, come on.
He only has to.
Come on.
Barry has to work
A blind
on
man
3
can see
games
that,
in the
man.
off
Come on.
season.
Come
If
on now.
Barry improves his game
No,
going right,
no,
his
he's
free
not.
throw percentage and his 3-point.
Yeah, we keep
percentage,
saying
his
if.
average
That
goes
ain't happening.
up 10
How-
points.
He's been in the league, what, 4 years now? What is he, 4
Right,
years?
but
4
what was he
years.
on this next team? Like the most he ever was a third option here. While the people who was
There's a
drafted
reason
with
for
him
that,
was
man. Come
drafted
on.
to be the man.
There's a reason for that. If you
No.
if you are a rising star and you think and you turn out, you ain't gonna be the third leading scorer. You're gonna move up to either 2. You're never gonna
No,
be the
not
one.
in Kid's favoritism system. Not in Kid's. Kid's has his favorite. Okay, Reggie Bullock called Julius Randle the teacher's pet when he was over age 18. He has his favorite.
Okay.
So you're not going to be in Kid's system
Well,
and just be able to flourish like somebody else flourishes in another system.
Okay.
You're not going to do that.
All right.
So what does the Knicks got to do? Get rid of Tibbs?
They're not going to do that because he's winning now.
Right.
The narrative is that the team is better. They went, if he goes to at least the third round this year, that will be the furthest he got from the second. There's no way they're getting rid of him. They're going to give him an extension.
Yeah.
Well,
But we can
isn't that the
still
bottom
win
line winning?
Despite him.
Isn't the bottom line winning?
well,
Yes, it is, but
will
also
see
you got Gilbert
how
Hall.
far
Some
he
coaches
can
never
take.
Gilbert
Yeah, of
Hall.
course. That's of course with any coach. If you win, it's all good. If you
So-
don't win,
So we would go back to what we were just talking about with the Jets and saying the coach and the GM is on the line. But when I look at it, because the Knicks haven't won but in so long, and now they have a winning situation, we could look and see, and you even said it yourself, that they need a superstar.
the Knicks, yeah, they do.
So in order to get to the next level. But my thing is, and I think King would agree with me, is that Thibodeau may not be that person to get them to that next round. And that's Eastern Conference Championship or the championship.
Well, everything got to fall right for you. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a skill, and it's also some luck. Everything has to fall for you. Just like I said before, when Golden State won, they got help because what's the name beat Phoenix. Remember, Phoenix was in the championship the year before. They got beat by Dallas, which nobody expected.
Right.
And Dallas played Golden State in the conference final. So everything fell right for them. Nobody expected Golden State that year to get there.
Well, it's just, you ain't got to go that far. You could go to last year when Miami Heat made it to the final.
Right. Everything felt right.
They caught a lot of breaks.
They caught a lot of breaks.
And then they had to play certain
Right.
teams that probably would have took them out because
Right.
of the fact that the breaks fell their way.
Right.
So
Well,
I mean,
we should
all you
we
need is
should
a
have
few
beat
breaks
Miami
and
Heat, but we ain't adjust right. If you remember, every analyst on different networks say out of 16 teams, Tom Thibodeau is the only coach who doesn't do in-game adjustments in the playoffs. When teams adjust to him and they focus on you in the 7-game series, he does not execute or do in-game adjustment. They're too predictable. They do the 3-man weave around the 3-point line, and it's
Right,
either
they do
ISO
that.
Bronson or Randall, and they kick out for a 3-point shot against the shot clock. Predictable.
And that's
And
why
they do that every game.
And that's why I don't think they could go but so far. And again, we also know that even though Brunson is a rising star, we also know that we need perhaps better talent.
You do need some better talent.
You need what?
you know,
Better talent.
I think we have enough to win if used right. We deep enough. If you use the bench and do in-game adjustments, we match up well now. We're deeper team than when we faced the Celtics the first game of the season that we got jerked. We deeper in that team, and we beat the top 2 teams in the West. We beat Philly when they still had Embiid and other teams in the East and Miami. If we adjust right and we're adding Bayani and Burks, we're even deeper now.
Yes, you are.
If you use that team right and you get Mitch right, who hasn't played with OG yet, where it's going to be a defensive nightmare for other teams, and we have a full unit, if the team is used right, you're deep enough now.
You are. I agree with you.
Well, I want you to stay tuned in case we need you to come in and make substitutions.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Eric. You said with Mitchell Robinson and OG. I happen to think that even with Harrison and OG, you're
They're
a defensive nightmare for
yeah.
most teams.
Yes, I agree.
That kid
I
Hardesty
agree with
could
you
play.
there
Yeah.
too. I just think it gets worse. Well, OG,
I like that
I'm
kid,
sorry,
Hardesty.
Mitchell was top 3 in block shots, rebounding, and different things, and scoring around the basket, percentage points. He's a nightmare. I know Hartenstein did great in his absence, but sometimes against the most elite teams, Robinson does better to where sometimes Hartenstein does great. He dominates the weaker teams, and sometimes he's all right against the other teams. Robinson, a lot of people ain't trying to come in the paint like the Lakers was doing.
No, I hear you.
I living at will at that game. I was out there watching it personally. You're not coming in having a free fall when Mr. Robinson's neighborhood right down here, the Blocklex monster.
No, I
Because he's
get,
going,
I get
even
that.
when he's not blocking your shot, he's distorting your
Right,
shot.
he's
You guys,
altering
the
it.
way you guys shoot over him, he disrupts your offensive skill set.
Correct.
All right.
And I agree. I think, honestly, too, in my opinion, if the Knicks catch 1 or 2 breaks, they could easily get into the Eastern Conference Finals. Because
Yes, my brother.
the only team that honestly is a full team that might give them a problem is Boston.
So thank
Because
you.
Milwaukee doesn't play enough defense. Philly without Embiid is not a problem. And there is one team, though,
Cleveland.
who y'all beat last year who could turn it around if they play better, which is Cleveland. But other than that,
Right.
there's nobody else in the East that's scary.
That's true.
No.
I agree with you
And
with
Cleveland is hot right now.
I
Yeah.
would like to point out that they improved with Niang from Philly and Strauss from Miami.
Yeah.
But Eric, I appreciate
It's
the
amazing
call.
they got both of those
We gonna
guys.
keep it moving. Thank you for the love.
Yeah, good
Like
call,
I said,
Eric.
stay tuned,
I
stay
had
ready.
to call in because Kurt always gets me going when I see him in person or online. Kurt be getting me going.
That sound like his job, man. You might have to block his shot.
I love Kurt to death, though. He know, but that's my.
I love you
rival.
too, brother.
Like,
You know.
like some analysts be on ESPN, always go at each other. That's me and Kurt.
There you go.
I like going back at with you, brother. I like that.
Yes, sir. You know it's all love, Kurt.
Yes,
All right.
indeed, brother. Yes,
All right,
indeed.
thank you
man.
for the call, King. You
All right.
are
Yo,
the
yo,
man.
yo,
To the
King.
whole panel, God bless all y'all. I love your show. God bless everybody on this panel.
Thank
All
you,
right,
my
brother.
brother. God
Thank
bless
you.
you too.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Later.
All right, so
Passionate
y'all make
brother.
that call
Yeah,
from
he is.
1 to 10. It's a 10.5. Okay.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah, that was a
He's
good call.
He's
a
a passionate.
passionate
He's a
brother.
Nick. You could tell he a big time Nick
Yeah.
fan.
But
But-
you gotta agree. I agree to a certain extent, and we all watch the game. We know the game, and we know what Tibbs' problem. Tibbs does overplay. He runs his plays into the ground.
Yeah,
He does. He has to learn because by the time the playoffs, I look at Brunson, and Brunson give you his all every game,
He do.
and I wonder how he's gonna when the playoffs start. Is he gonna be able to hold up if they do a deep run?
Right.
Like you said, if they run to the championship game, you know what I'm saying, in the conference, will he be able to hold up?
Right.
Because you run this guy so much, man. You know,
I want to agree with Serge on the Cavaliers is the only team. Like when the Knicks won 9 games in a row, they lost 1 game and Cleveland jumped right in front of them.
Yeah.
Like they've been very
balling.
consistent.
Yeah. They,
Donovan
been
Mitchell.
they got their team healthy back
Donovan
again.
Mitchell's playing at a MVP.
Let's see them do this in the
category.
playoffs because I
Well,
See, that's the only
That's
thing.
the only thing I
But
wanna see.
that's where
Caveat, the-
Right.
that's
the
where
front
that's
line.
where Dave's point about George Niang and Max Strus are gonna help them because
Yes.
those are shooters.
yeah, they are.
And that's what hurt them against the Knicks is that they didn't have the outside shooting that
No,
they needed to
that's
get
not, that's what in my
and the rebound.
well, that's what
Inside-
killed it because
inside
they
game.
punked
and the
them. They
rebound.
punked
They
them.
did punk them,
They
but
punked
I don't
played
believe.
a great series.
I think
Big Boy Robinson played
Right.
a great
They
series that
punked
game.
them. Right.
He played a great
They
series.
just and they had those 2 big guys and they just punked them.
Yeah.
Now they're all back. They play. Cleveland's playing well, and like you said,
I think-
Mitchell's
I
playing.
think Jared Allen's playing at a high
Yeah,
level
he's
too.
playing much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
I took-
He might not be that easy to punk this time around.
Maybe not. Ain't no-
We'll see.
Hopefully,
It's gonna be a tough series. I'll
Right.
tell you that.
yeah. Hopefully everybody's because I like to see everybody healthy going against each other. Now I'm gonna throw this at y'all. I want to say, I want y'all to name. I give y'all 2 guys each. Name 2 guys who They play well during the regular season. They even had some all right games in the playoffs. But when it get down to it, they don't play well.
James Harden.
Well, I figured that'd be the
You
first
talking
name.
currently?
Yeah, currently, right now. They're playing in the league right now.
Paul George.
He's another one. He's another one.
Hey, Dave, you taking all the good ones.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I'll go with you. What you think? He already named a couple guys, but there's some other guys who I'm gonna bring up.
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown is
Yeah,
one
he's
of them.
definitely one of
He's
them.
he's one of them.
And we might as well go to
You-
the Knicks because Julius Randle's right at the top of the list.
Yeah, he's up there too.
He's
He's up there too.
Let's
Yeah.
not act
Yeah.
like he's not there.
He's
Yeah.
up there.
yeah.
He's definitely
You
on
talking
that.
about
He's
no
on that
show.
list.
Yeah.
He's on a now. People want to say he's hurt, but
Yeah, but he wasn't hurt during the playoffs the last 2 seasons.
He was hurt
There's been
last
time he
season.
disappeared.
He had to have surgery.
Oh, he had the
Yeah,
ankle
he
problem
did.
he had
last
the
year.
ankle problem
Yeah.
against Miami.
He had the
still
ankle problem.
disappeared.
Yeah, he had the ankle problem.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing all that
Now
great
when they
before the
played
ankle injury.
when they played Atlanta, he disappeared.
Oh, definitely.
He played because they doubled him and he was having problems. He was trying to force it, going
He
through
tried
that.
to do too much. If
Right.
he just do less, he'll
Right.
be all
But
right.
that's Jaylen Brown's problem too.
Yeah.
I think Jaylen Brown, honestly, is a little jealous of Jason
I
Tatum
believe so.
because when I watch them two guys, it don't look like either one of them is willing to give the rock to the other guy.
Compliment each
Yeah,
other.
they're not
Right.
trying to play off each other.
No.
They really ain't. Because one guy's open, the other guy's gonna try his hardest to find somebody else open before they give it to the
Hold
other
up.
guy. I don't know why.
John Green said Giannis.
No, I can't say.
No, I can't say.
I
Giannis.
can't say Giannis.
I can't say.
Okay, maybe I will speak. John, you could call in.
I can't
Just
say
in
Giannis.
case, call in.
No, he
516
showed up.
206-0711.
He shows up.
You know who don't show up on that team? Chris Middleton. To me, he's
The
the guy
last
who
few
don't
years he
always
hasn't.
show
Yeah.
up.
He had nagging
And
injuries.
I
had
get
nagging
the injuries
injuries,
part, but
right.
still, he don't show up.
Yeah. I was going to say, what's the name? The other guy on Boston. Because with that amount of talent, and you the leader of that team,
You talking about Tatum?
yes.
I
can't say that.
was
Tatum
gonna
puts up
sit there and
numbers.
say, but I say Jaylen Brown more
Well,
than
Jaylen
Tatum.
Brown, I
Jaylen
say
Brown's
yeah.
He's a turnover machine.
Yeah,
Right, but
turnover
who-
machine in the
Right, but
playoffs.
who's the leader on that team?
It's Tatum, but
Tatum.
Tatum put up the numbers. Tatum don't. When
But
you look at the,
what has that
it's
got
not-
them?
but that's the whole thing. It's not his fault they lose.
You don't
It's
think
not-
so?
No, because if you're putting up 40 points, 35 points during a playoff game, you're doing your job as far as I'm concerned.
But
Because
you're
you're the top
also,
man on
but you're
that
also
team.
getting the shots at the
Right.
end, and you're jacking up threes. When you got the
All
ability
right,
to
hold,
go,
hold up, y'all. All right, John.
I
So
just think it's too many
Yes, sir.
turnovers from Jaylen
go
Brown.
ahead,
Yeah, I
John.
think-
So let us get your intake.
What?
Well, listen, the thing is that looking at last year's playoffs, to me, Giannis basically disappeared.
He got hurt.
I mean,
got
the
hurt.
yeah, okay, but and the thing is that he won in 21. I mean, the Bucks won their first title in 50 years.
Correct.
I mean, but it's just, but since then, he does well during the season. He's a great player. But I mean, but there were times that during the first time, I saw a couple of playoff games that he just didn't look that impressive, and they're even less impressive because like one of you said a few minutes ago, they played no defense, and teams that don't play defense don't get very far in the playoffs.
no, that's true.
Well,
but the
he's-
makeup of the team is not good defensively. They're not. You got rid of your
Absolutely.
best defensive guard. You got rid of him.
And Patrick Beverly is not going to help.
No, he's not going to help. He's not going. He's a role player. I mean, he's not the player that he was. They said 4 or 5 years ago.
And he's not Drew Holiday.
Right,
Right. Well,
No, they got rid of all their defensive players.
right.
So
You talked
They-
about
yeah.
you got rid of Holiday. You got rid of Grayson Allen.
DiVincenzo,
Right.
Grayson Allen, and Wes Matthews.
Right.
Those were those defensive guys.
Personally, I think they made the biggest mistake when they got rid of Budenholzer.
No, I don't agree with that.
uh-oh.
I don't
You know-
agree with that. one.
You done struck a chord there.
I don't agree with that. I think they won in spite of him.
Right. Coach Kurt was on here a couple years ago saying, "Oh boy, they probably win, but the coach is not part of the solution."
Matter of fact, Giannis, they was down 0-2. And the reason why they won that because Giannis turned it up and what's the name couldn't do nothing with him. The center that Phoenix had at that time.
That's now in
Ayton.
Portland.
Oh, Ayton.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
He
yeah.
destroyed him.
Listen, he's not doing anything in Portland either.
Well, nobody expected. Yeah, everybody expect that because he's too passive.
Right.
Yeah.
He's too
I mean-
passive. Giannis destroyed him from game 3 on. He
Yes.
destroyed them,
Yes.
and they couldn't respond with that.
But one thing that one person who I truly feel sorry for now in the NBA, Monty Williams.
Yeah.
He went from going to the finals with Phoenix to having the coaching the worst team in the league.
But he getting paid.
But he's the richest
Oh,
coach.
yeah,
he's
this
the
is
richest
true,
coach of the league.
Yeah.
So I don't feel too sorry
I
for
don't
him.
feel too sorry for
And,
him.
it's
either.
a
and listen,
Yeah,
he
he
still had a couple of years. He still had a couple of years left on his Phoenix salary, so he's getting paid for that too.
Not only that, Green.
We talked about
The
that
thing,
last time.
the thing is, that team is bad now, but they got talent.
Yeah, they're
And
gonna
he's
Oh, they
gonna
do.
develop
In
them.
the
Oh
future.
They're gonna
yeah,
be good.
I
They're
think
gonna
and,
be
and
good.
Cunningham and those guys.
Yeah,
I
They
think they'll
got
be
some
good in a
players.
couple of years if they get a couple of veterans and draft well.
The
Yeah.
kid in the
Yeah.
middle, Duran, whatever,
Duran,
he's
yeah.
gonna be a good player.
He's not bad. I like
You
him.
can see he's
I
gonna
like
be a
Cade
good
Yeah.
player.
Cunningham.
yeah.
One of the twins is not bad.
Yeah,
Right.
no, the twin is
No, they
good.
got some players.
Jay Nivey is nice.
I
Yeah.
think-
They
that
got
guy's
guys.
good. Yeah.
They got guys.
And they're gonna have. I'm assuming they got their first round pick. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna have it because it's supposed to go to the Knicks, but it's protected, so they're not
Oh,
gonna.
okay.
The Knicks ain't gonna get it.
Okay.
By the time the Knicks get it, it's gonna be a 20-something pick because they're gonna develop. The guy's a good coach.
Yeah.
They just going through pains right now because they're young
Yeah.
Right.
and they don't know how to play in the league.
Right.
You give them
Yeah.
a few years with the talent they
Yeah.
got and they
With
learn
him,
how to
he's gonna
play.
have them play.
They're
He
gonna be
better.
a hard. They're gonna be like OKC.
You
Trust me.
took the words out
They're
my
gonna be
mouth. That's what I was
OKC.
getting ready to say. In a couple of years, they'll be OKC.
Because OKC is a problem.
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
are.
they're a problem.
Yeah,
No
they are.
doubt. No
Them boys
doubt.
is playing
Okay,
ball.
I
he's
think
a
they
problem.
picked up Bismack Biyombo. I think,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's a good rebounder.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Defender too.
Right.
Yes, he is.
You know.
Well,
So we'll see what happens and stuff, man. You see what
But-
They
happens.
just gotta
But-
stay healthy because they
but-
got a good team. They
They
young.
do.
Yes,
Them boys could play. They got talent. The kid Holgram is nice. The kid
Jalen.
yeah,
What
Johnson.
Jalen
Johnson's
something.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah.
They got players.
Oh, they got talent, and they got what's his name?
Dort
Giddy.
could play.
Giddy.
Giddy
I forgot
play.
about Dort.
Williams,
Dort-
Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams. That's what I was
Both
thinking.
Williams.
Right.
Yeah,
They got
that-
good young
that guy's
talent.
good.
They just need playoff experience.
Right. That's it.
They got a little bit last year in that play in,
Right.
but they need to get a couple of rounds underneath
They
them,
coming.
and then it's
They
gonna be
coming.
all over for
They
the
coming.
West. 'Cause
Yeah.
them they so young.
Yeah.
Their only problem
because
is having to keep them guys together.
if they develop together, they could be a force in the West for the next
For
decade.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Their problem is they got to pay all these guys.
Yeah. That's
Right.
the only
Yeah.
hard
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
to keep
Because
them
That's true.
and they still got a lot of draft picks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they got a bunch of draft picks.
They got a
Yeah.
lot
They
of
they
draft
doing they looking good right
No,
now.
they
definitely looking
work. It's amazing how they go from losing 3 Hall of Fame
Mhm.
players in Durant, Westbrook, and Harden,
picks. And they had Paul George.
and
good.
they
Yeah.
right, and they had Paul George. Well, Paul George came after them, but still,
Right.
they had those 3 guys playing together. They was a force, young force then,
Right.
but they was forced to break up because of the money.
Right.
Now they came back and they reestablished that same thing
Yep.
because they still a force.
They picked
Because
well.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is one of the top 3 guys in the MVP race as far as
Oh,
I'm
yeah, he
concerned.
is.
That boy is amazing.
Yeah,
Yes, he
definitely-
That kid can play.
Yes,
he
can.
got you 30 points
kid
every
can
night with no
play.
problem.
Uh-huh. He's tough.
And like I said, Holgram, he's up and down sometimes, but every time I turn around, he's got 2 or 3 steals. He got 2 or 3 blocks in the
Oh,
game.
he's a player.
He's got 8
That guy's a-
rebounds.
Oh,
He's got
yeah, the talent is
double-figure.
there.
He's a player.
Yeah, they
Talent
And
think-
they
is
got
there.
a lot of
yeah, the
talent.
talent.
around.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you said, the talent is definitely there. But like you
Even
said,
that kid
they're
Giddey.
gonna have to go
Yeah.
through go through the
Growing
they
pains.
gotta
Growing
go, man.
pains.
They got to.
Right.
Yeah.
It's growing pains.
Yeah.
They'll be all right.
Oh yeah.
They'll be all right.
And if they fall like they should be able to get some home. If they fall in that top 4, they should be getting a home game.
They should.
I mean, a home
Yeah.
some home games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be
Well,
interesting.
well, guys, it was great talking to you guys. Keep up the
too,
good
Mr.
work, and I'll
Green.
keep listening.
All right, my
thank
brother.
you, brother.
Appreciate
for
you.
calling.
thank you.
Appreciate you.
Okay, take it now.
All right,
right,
you,
now.
you be safe.
Right, you too. All right.
So, all right, good call. All right, so with that being said,
Mhm.
the Knicks are possibly 1, 2, or 3, and we're looking at Boston or possibly Cleveland in this Eastern Conference scenario. But and again, we gotta mind
You're talking about the whole Eastern Conference or just a division? Or you talking
Eastern
the whole
Conference. mind
So-
you, well, because you know,
Right,
So y'all just counting out the Bucks, huh?
I'm not really
You know-
counting them out, but
if they
I
keep
don't
playing,
believe
if
in
they
them.
keep playing defense the way they play it now, they not real.
They ain't gonna make it.
They can't.
Oh, you talking about the Bucks?
The Bucks,
Yeah.
they don't
And-
play enough
and
defense.
check it out, mind you, like
But
I
you know
ain't
what? I'm not
impressed
gonna
with
lie. I
Doc
like
Rivers neither.
I like
Neither.
the
I'm not
Patrick
either.
Beverly pickup. I think he's gonna
No,
help
they
them.
needed to do something.
They needed that.
But they ain't got no D.
Because
They had
Patrick
to do
Beverly's a
something.
dog.
Yeah,
He's gonna get under people's skin.
they
He's
had to
gonna
do
make
something.
people irritated.
Right.
He's gonna do stuff to help them.
No.
So-
Because you had
but
no
I don't even think that's
defensive players
enough.
on your team.
None whatsoever.
Only Giannis. Nobody else.
And to be honest, the Knicks can't beat Indiana. I
You
don't
don't
With a
care?
full team?
No, I don't think they ain't beat them yet. They ain't beat them this season, have
But
they?
you know, they're another
Yeah, they
team.
You
did.
sure?
I think they
I
did.
was there.
Yeah.
What
I
you
think
talking
I seen them
I
beat
will
them.
check
But
it out.
Yeah.
So,
they-
wait, time out.
I'm saying just check it out. That's all.
no.
But
just-
they-
I can't ask him to check it
Wait,
out.
wait.
I think they
Well,
did.
we
I
put,
seen that game.
we
Wait a
put
second,
some
wait.
money on it now.
No,
I don't want to know. Check it out.
money.
No.
Just
no.
check it out,
you
sir.
want
That's
money,
all.
Dave? Dave,
That
you want
would be
money?
fair. I was at the game.
Okay, you was at the game,
So,
but I can't ask him to check it out.
Is see what your problem is not that. It's like what the way you're receiving it is like
How am I receiving?
it's
He don't
like
believe
what I'm
you?
saying.
Yeah,
is
He
exactly.
don't believe
real.
you? He
And
don't
I
believe
have
It's
have
not
nothing
real.
to gain, even taking your money. I have nothing to
I'm
gain.
not betting nothing.
That's
I
right,
asked him
you
to check
wouldn't.
it out. That's all.
You wouldn't. What I'm
Whatever,
saying,
man. Come on, let's go.
it's not-
Conversation.
so
All right, man.
it's
You
not-
made your point. Okay,
No,
I
no,
understand.
see,
You
and
made your
no,
point.
because see, now you're being condescending with the way you're doing it.
All right, go ahead.
And so,
Go ahead.
so, and that's not really cool.
All right, you proving.
So
You
so
proving
it's not
one
a
point.
proven point.
They beat
It
them
was-
They
it was
did beat them. I watched the game.
109, 109 or 105
Mm,
at the Garden,
Right.
and Brunson had 40 on them.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. All right. You
It-
happy?
it's-
But
see,
it- I
you're
don't-
still at it.
All
But
right. So
I-
what, man?
it's
Then why
not-
don't you
it's
move
not-
on?
It's,
I'm
it's
gonna-
not a so what, and maybe you should move on.
Well, let me
Whatever,
just say this.
whatever.
Come on, see,
The thing with Indiana is the same problem that the Milwaukee Bucks have.
They run
They
and
gotta
gun.
right. They
They
gotta
gotta outrun
outscore
you.
you.
No.
Yeah.
If they don't outscore you,
and they
then
don't
they in
play
trouble.
good defense.
No.
Right? They don't play D. That's the
They
whole
just
thing.
want to outscore you.
Right? They just want to outscore
They
you.
just want to outscore
They want to put 140 on you every
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
That's what they
You got to keep up with them because
Right.
they don't
And
stop.
if you don't keep up,
They
then they're
don't
gonna beat
stop.
you. Right?
They
So
non-stop
they keep
running that
moving.
ball up the court.
You,
they
but in
don't
the
stop.
playoffs, we all know that
It
game
gets
goes
shook-
out the window.
Right.
Right. The game slows down.
Yeah.
Right. You're not
Yeah.
you're not gonna play
You're
that
not doing
game
that, no.
consistently.
No.
You might get away with it 1 or 2 games during the series, but for the most part, them games are tight.
Mhm.
You got to play defense
Especially
in
in
the
the
end.
fourth quarter.
Exactly. You got to
That's
play
right.
defense at the end of the game, and they don't have that kind of team that to me that I look at and say, oh, these guys could have a chance.
You would think
They
on
really
paper
don't.
that this should be Boston's year.
Right.
You would, but that's just on paper.
I don't think they.
But somehow, some way,
They're gonna
they
find a
get
way.
there, and they always tumble.
I think they
Yeah.
could get to the finals, but I also believe that if Denver's waiting on them, then they're gonna lose because Denver already knows how to get there. They know what to do. They
Denver
experience.
got a tough.
They
team.
got a tough squad.
They got.
They got a very tough squad. It's going to be very hard for anybody in the West to come out of there except them, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I don't
right now.
think Denver is as good as they were last year
and
because they lost their bench players.
in their back to back,
But they still got
Michael
Braun
Porter
and they developing Watson.
He's
Watson,
a-
right.
Development. Those dudes are not as good as the dudes that left.
No, not the guys like they had last. They
Right,
they
they're not as good as
They
them.
that guy what you call Brown.
Green and
Brown.
Bruce
And Brown.
Brown
Right.
was him and
Yeah,
Green
Green.
was 2 definitely solid players that they had on their bench that they need.
So John Green also said they
But-
score 140, but they might give up 155.
Exactly.
So- I mean,
Exactly.
when you look at it though, Halliburton, is he a step above Brunson in his play? That's open to interpretation.
Different type of players.
Yeah, he plays a different game.
He's a difficult. He's trying to get, like you said, they running. So it's easier to get assists if you're running up and down the court. It's easier that way. He's not as good as I think a scorer as Brunson is. I think Brunson's more.
He's a better scorer.
He's a better scorer. Brunson's not getting that many assists like compared to but the offense is different.
They run the offense through Brunson, so Brunson's not going to have a high assist
Right.
total.
And they
because
need Brunson to
he's
score.
doing a much scoring. So
Right. They need
yeah.
him to score,
He's not gonna
especially
have
now
a-
with
a lot
Randall.
of assists like Halliburton. He's not going to do that, but he's definitely outscore him. But they are 2 different type players,
But-
completely different.
So the game is sort of predicated on offense, right? And if you the Knicks, you don't want to get into a shootout
Not with
a team
them.
like Indiana.
No, it's gonna be hard for the Knicks to keep up with that.
They don't
And
have
the
that type of
series-
team to run up and down.
They don't
Yeah.
want to get into a shootout with most teams because
No.
that's not their game.
Right.
Their game is
Grind.
keeping it in 100,
Right.
110 and lower.
Mhm.
You don't want to give up more than that because now you depending on your shooting, and your shooting ain't always there every night.
Right.
So, to Tibbs' credit, as much as I hate to say, well, here he do have him playing
What's saving,
defense.
but he's got them playing great defense. What's saving Tibbs is that they won it. So you don't hear like last year, everybody was screaming for Tibbs to go. You're not hearing that now because they won it.
Until somebody get
And
hurt.
then unless they lose a bunch of games,
They
Or
just-
they-
like if they
Until
lose 10 in a
somebody
row,
get hurt,
like
then
they
you-
was
then
winning
it's
10,
Tibbs' fault,
almost
is
110. If they lose 10 in a row, they might be calling for his head.
Oh, they're gonna lose some games but now because
they
half
lose
the
in the
team is
first
out.
round
Right.
of the playoffs, you might be calling.
Oh
for
yeah,
his head.
they go out the
They
first
gotta
round.
go out. They gotta go at least 2 rounds.
They
and
gotta win.
need to
They gotta win
two.
2. They gotta win 2.
Right. They need to
two
get to the
things.
Eastern Conference Finals.
that
You
ain't
think
gonna-
you think that'll be enough?
If they get to
To
the
keep
Eastern
his
Conference
job?
Finals,
Right, they haven't won this. They haven't won the second round yet.
That's what
Right.
I'm saying.
They gotta
If
win.
they
But that's
win
what I'm
the
saying. They
second
gotta
round
win
Right.
the
and get
second
to
round
the
this
Eastern
year.
Conference Final.
He
And-
should be
and-
all
and
right.
depending on who they play in the second round, if they got to play Boston and they get kicked out, then
Right.
they might not be such a big deal because you don't expect them to beat Boston anyway. But if you playing Miami again, or you playing Indiana or somebody like that in the
Right.
second round, you kind of expect to be the favorites,
Yeah.
and you kind of expect to get out of that round.
Right.
So if you lose to a team like that, a team that you think
Oh,
is
yeah.
less than,
Yeah,
or even God
yeah.
forbid you lose to Atlanta again for some reason, then Dave's gonna have a whole lot of people carrying torches with him. There's gonna be a bunch of them guys out there. They're
I'm
gonna be ready to burn this house down.
I'm not carrying no torch. I'm just be
You might as well.
I'm
much
gonna
as
be
you-
in the corner talk about I told you so.
Mm.
But you know, if the Knicks are in 4th place right now, so if the season ended, they would play the Sixers, and Embiid is not out indefinitely. He got his torn meniscus. He's coming back maybe in 3 weeks or so. So the thing is, now you're looking at the walking wounded, him and Robinson battling. Now, Embiid's not really pounding inside. He's like a post up, spot up type of
He can
shooter.
beat you from all different any area on the court. You know, his game is.
and they say in 3 weeks, but that's a torn meniscus. That's when they're gonna reevaluate him.
Yep.
So he might even be out even longer than that. I don't think he's gonna be back. In
That's
3 weeks.
usually
I don't
like
think he
6 to
comes back
8
to
weeks.
April.
He's gonna be. It's gonna be a problem for them because with him, they're a force.
Right.
I'll give him that, especially the way Maxey and Tobias Harris is playing.
Yeah,
They
And
got
they
they
got
got
Hill
guys that
Indiana.
That's why I forgot.
yeah, they got Buddy Hill. That'll help. But they're a force with Embiid. But without him, they just
they're not gonna win without him.
Right, they just another regular team.
Yeah, they're not gonna win without him.
They
Not
are.
no playoffs. They not
Right,
winning
they're
without
not.
him.
They're
Not
having
no
a problem now with teams.
Yeah, I know.
Because they don't have that one.
Right.
They need Embiid. Anybody in the league lose their top star.
Yeah, you lose your superstar.
Right.
Yeah, everybody has to step up, or
Superstar,
or
right.
you're making an adjustment. He's a superstar.
He's a
in the league.
superstar.
Oh,
no
without a
doubt.
doubt.
That's like
Without a
Giannis going down or Jokic going
Yeah.
down.
They done. Those teams
Or-
are done.
Anthony Davis being gone. Because
Mhm.
I believe as long as he's healthy, the Lakers at least could be competitive.
Yeah.
But if they
If
lose
he's
him,
not playing, they done.
they done.
They done.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with that.
And that's their Phillies problem now. Joel Embiid. It's just it hurts because he's a
He
great
was having
player.
a great year too.
Yeah,
he was.
He's
It-
looking
it's
for
hard to
back-to-back MVP.
It hurts to see him to go out. He was having a great year.
He
Even
was
better than
killing
last
cats.
year. He was having this year he was playing better than he did when he won MVP.
I thought so
last
too.
year.
Yeah.
But what did he do in the playoffs last year?
He's another one that come up
Disappeared.
short. He come up short. He's
Mhm.
another one. We could mention him.
Yep.
He comes up short
Mm-hmm.
all the time. All the time.
It's funny, and you got your few
The-
guys
the
who
funny
do
thing
step
about
their
him,
game
though-
up come playoff time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do.
you got a few, but
You got-
you can look at it like, okay, he comes down, but he's at such a high, lofty area that for him to come down, it's not like a come down like some other cats do. You know what I'm saying?
Like what you call messed them up last year to me. Harden, Philly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they both
yeah.
played. They both played.
They
Yeah, but no, Harden
Yeah.
was the guy who had the rock, and he was the one.
the
who-
last two
Right.
games they was no
Yeah, he
shows,
was-
man.
right, he was-
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you do that?
I think he was sabotaging Doc Rivers' career.
I think he
Maybe.
might have been.
That's a good possibility.
I
man.
think you're right.
But
I think you're right.
but
You don't like Doc anyway.
raise
I
your,
think you're right.
raise your hand if
Hey,
you
look.
care about either one of them guys.
It's crazy how that whole thing went down, and then he's like, "Yo, I want out of here."
Yeah, he won out. I won out.
Yo, it's your fault they lost, man. What's wrong with you? And then you went out, like,
But
yo.
it's funny because even Embiid really didn't have Doc's back at the end of the year.
Nah,
They threw most of it on Harden, but it wasn't like Embiid was saying, "Oh no, that's my man. We got to keep him around." No,
He didn't say much.
He didn't
at
say
all.
much
No,
either. So
He
it
didn't
was
say
like
much about Simmons
Doc's
either,
time
really.
Doc's time
I mean,
had
when
run
they
out.
questioned him,
No.
like later on, they questioned
Oh
him.
no,
See,
he
y'all-
didn't.
Y'all like that, but he didn't.
No.
He didn't pat him on the back either, man.
So, and really, if you really think about it, Ben Simmons was horrible, but Doc Rivers didn't help none. And then, as he continues with his track record, does it look at you and Harden?
But let me ask you a question.
Who you talking about, Doc?
Yes,
What's Doc supposed to do for Simmons? What was he supposed to do? You
take him
think?
out the game
Why? He's one of your best players. Why are you taking him out
because
the
he
game?
wasn't giving you what you needed, and that's
They ain't have nobody on that bench that was going to come in better than Ben Simmons.
and he had nobody in the
But
game that
but
was
you-
doing the
you
things
can't
that
say
Ben
this.
Simmons was doing.
You probably had 10 guys on the bench who were afraid to shoot.
Free throws and maybe that layup.
Free
Other
throws
than that layup, did we say anything? Will we have said anything about that? He didn't take
No,
that
but
shot.
how bad did that look?
It did.
he
Look,
had
at
a
that time,
dunk.
yeah.
He had a wide open
He did,
dunk,
he
and
did.
he passed it off.
But other than that, would you have complained
Yo,
about anything
that's
else?
that's just like my point
Probably
I made earlier about Patrick. They showed my man Dana sent that video with
saw
all the
it, yeah.
dunks, but they did not show the one where he finger rolled against the Pacers and lost them a damn chance to win a series.
Now, I agree with you with that.
Speaking of which,
I
we
agree
got
with you.
3 minutes left in the show. Dana Dane, the movie star, former colleague of ours here, he's retiring on Friday. So
Go get at it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't wanna
Congratulations,
just
D.
push, right?
Congratulations to him.
Congratulations, my
So-
brother.
And I will be there to do the final ride off with him, like it's a new sporting event. Lights, camera, action. We're going down to 1 PP, putting his papers, slapping 5, being there with the photo op with the fam, and we out.
Nice.
I heard
All
that.
right.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right, so if anybody else want to say
Congratulations
something
again, D.
Yes, that's a
on the way
That's
out,
good. Good for him.
so we get ready to wrap it up. Y'all,
Oh yes.
good
We don't
show.
have time.
Let's
Yes.
do it again next Monday.
great call-ins, yo.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
That's great call-ins.
Anybody
Great
got
show.
any predictions on the East-West All-Star?
Who cares?
What do we call it?
I don't even
Exactly.
Just watch the game
Jacob
and enjoy.
Toppin's gonna win the slam dunk contest
All right,
Jacob,
that's a good
Jacob.
prediction.
because ain't nobody else in it. I don't-
Jalen
I'm-
Brown.
We don't know about the
Jalen
other
Brown's a-
guys. But
I'm looking forward to Curry and the girl.
Oh, shoot,
yeah,
For the
shoot,
3-point thing.
That might
But
be the
she's not
most
shooting-
exciting thing.
She's shooting at the girls thing. He's shooting at the with the men shoot at. That's not a comparison.
Oh, that's what they doing?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
I-
shooting with
Count buckets. That's all. That's what it's about.
That's gonna be interesting.
All right,
That's-
thank everybody for
That might be the
tuning
most
in.
They
interesting thing.
lost the other
All
day,
the
too.
people. John Green,
Caitlin Clark, whatever team she's on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
to
Anthony
Nebraska.
Green,
yeah.
Matt,
And they was up big.
Matt Brace, and the rest of the people. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
That
Thank
team
y'all.
is not that good, man.
So
Good.
we will be back next week. Oh,
Yeah, everybody's gonna
we ain't got no closeout music, but all right.
going on gonna have football withdrawal now. They gotta go to rehab.
Yeah, there ain't no more football.
Yeah, Sundays. It's like you ain't gonna know what to do with yourself. You gotta watch the no defense basketball league.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Until the playoffs start.
We'll work on what our team need in the off season.
Oh boy.
Everything.
We need we need Johnson to sell a team.
Everything.
That's what I know we need. You know what I'm saying? But thanks for the listeners for listening to us, for joining us. We appreciate you guys as always. We can never do the show without you guys.
Definitely.
So thank
I
y'all.
second that emotion.
Yes.
But I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, we done.
Yeah.
Peace out, y'all. Thank y'all. See y'all next week.
Kurt be getting people riled up around here.
Yeah,
that's all
Kurt got
I like
Mr.
that.
King on the verge of a heart attack.
That's I like messing with him.
Yo, you got some guys, man. They so passionate about their Knicks, boy. I tell you.